So in 2023, Grand Theft Auto 5 will be 10 years old. Let that sink in. Barack Obama was just starting his second term. The Fast and the Furious was only on film number 6.
This should be interesting.
The iPhone 5S was the hottest phone you could buy, and I had hair. This game has spanned a whole decade, 3 generations of games console, and my entire hairline. At launch, GTA Online was mostly just an interesting aside to the main campaign, but with no significant content updates or DLC for the campaign, and the explosion of online gaming, it's turned into the one thing that's kept this game relevant for over a decade, putting the GTA franchise right next to Star Trek for revenue made. This franchise has already made 5 times more than all Scooby-Doo content, and he had snacks. So today, I'm going to see if it's possible to start GTA Online in 2023 on public servers. So like, subscribe, and wish me luck. Here's my character. As you can see, apart from being sober, he's the typical Brit abroad. He's even made sure to bring a little bit of England to the US in the form of his Mini. Well, nearly a Mini anyway. I'm going to call him Keith. Keith started GTA Online a few years ago, but a combination of the sheer number of toxic griefers in GTA Online at the time, and the launch of The Last of Us 2, Horizon, Hitman, God of War, Days Gone, yada yada yada, he didn't really do much at all. He has some cash, but this is pretty much all from Rockstar giveaways and Amazon Prime Gaming. Mission wise, he's not a virgin, but he's definitely, shall we say, inexperienced. So now, we're actually going to try and work through the missions in GTA Online, see if you can do any of this as a new player in 2023. So I spawn in, and I'm immediately slaughtered by an 11-year-old on a flying bike. Health in GTA Online is different to the campaign. In the campaign you can take a lot of punishment, but in online if someone farts too close to you then you're finished. I figure I'll try my luck in a casino. It's clearly my lucky day. And I'm immediately slaughtered by an 11-year-old in a pumpkin outfit. Obviously I then don't win anything worthwhile from the wheel, and whilst I'm there some little shit destroys my little piece of England outside the casino. Then I'm attacked outside by the casino's valet parker of all people. Now that seems like a really excessive reaction to overstaying to me. I'm already starting to feel like I'm back at school again. And I quickly realise that I can't remember how to punch. Luckily, I style it out. And this wet lettuce has a glass jaw, and yes, I am available for combat training.
You don't know shit.
Day 1 has not gone well. Right, so day 2. It's not that Rockstar does nothing about griefers. The more NPCs and players you kill out of missions, the more attention you gain on the map, and the more people can gain by killing you. So griefing does have a penalty, but if you're a tooled up experienced griefer, this probably doesn't bother you anyway. If all else fails, you can go into passive mode, but that limits the experience, so I will try with all my might not to do this. I can do this. I'm a big boy, I don't need passive mode. So I spawn in, and I'm immediately slaughtered by an 11-year-old with a fucking jet. A jet. Flying bikes aren't bad enough, it's jets now. So, I respawn again. And finally, this guy in a helicopter is clearly won over by my incredibly stylish entry and actually wants to be friends. No, he wants to drop me in the ocean. I turn on passive mode. At this point, I really just want a minute to decide if I'm doing heists or an MC. That's it. Just a minute. As much as I love depriving people of money and shiny things, I like depriving people of dignity more. And let's face it, I already look like a totally authentic biker. So an MC it is. I choose the clubhouse that most closely resembles Telemorrow for a cool 1.2 million. And here I am, the new president of the Sons of Apathy Motorcycle Club, Rockstar Posse. Dressed for the job in his lockdown biker outfit, Keith is business at the top, comfort at the bottom. After delivering a stolen car to a blind man...
Okay, we should be good. It's in good condition.
I ditch passive mode and start my first mission for Sam Crap. So I need to steal some product. and deliver it to my customers instead. So to start with, I steal the shittest chopper I've ever seen and ride over to get the package. Then I ride a bit more, and then a bit more. The missions in online definitely have more of a grind about them than the campaign, but after riding across most of the map, I finally find the ballers on my product. It becomes immediately apparent that I am much more out of practice than I thought.
Steady as a rock.
Yeah, but I shoot with this hand.
And after some extremely average gameplay, I somehow accidentally end up stealing the product. I mean, taking back what was rightfully mine. And delivering it quite safely to a beach just up the coast. For a minute, I think the game has been kind to me for once and left me a nice Range Rover to get home in. But no, it's just someone who planned the same mission better than I did. So I start walking. On the way back, I decide to swing by my new miniature palm tree factory to find that I need to read the descriptions more, as even though they charge me $750,000 for this so-called ready-to-go business, I've basically just bought a shed and a laptop. I swear it would have been cheaper to set up shop in the centre of New York. So to get this place going, I'm going to need to get some stock.
So get the supplies and we'll start moving.
But it should be pretty easy as it turns out. I've just got to drive a van a few miles. And then, yeah, okay, so now I'm visible to the whole server as having a van full of stuff worth stealing. So now I'm expecting to be swarmed with flying bikes and jets and, I don't know, sharks with frickin' laser beams on their heads.
Sharks with frickin' laser beams attached to their heads.
And you've seen my gameplay, this will be a massacre. But no, I get there with not a person in sight. Talk about an anticlimax. You know, this is all going really well. I'm convinced now, I am absolutely convinced that all the articles and videos about GTA Online were all wrong. It's not full of griefers, there's still a good game in here, and a cheap one. It's an offer at $8.99 at the moment, and that is a bargain. This is the find of the decade. I am a genius. To celebrate my new bargain and my enormous success, I head back to my clubhouse and browse the car lots for far too long before buying this sweet ride with my hard-earned cash. All I need to do now is take it for a test drive. I have arrived, and not in that way. I am immediately slaughtered by an 11-year-old on a flying bike. So now I can remember how to punch, aim and shoot. Let's see if I can get this thing going, earn some money and put a game together.
What you gonna do, Jerry? Show me the money!
As president of an MC, I can't use passive mode now, so it's time to put my big boy pants on and kick the shit out of some 11-year-olds. That sounds wrong. It's time to put my big boy pants on and play better than my younger colleagues whilst setting a fine example on how to behave in the digital age. I spawn in, and I'm immediately slaughtered by an 11-year-old in a flying DeLorean.
Flying DeLorean?
To be fair, I'm not too upset, as Prime Gaming gave me $500,000 just for loading up, and then another $1.25 million just for the hell of it. What does it say about my gameplay that I'm earning more from loading the game than actually completing missions? Now more missions are starting to unlock, and I'll be honest, the whole UI of this game just assumed you know what's happening. So I spend the next 20 minutes trying to find out which mission I'm actually in, before deciding to go and check on my miniature palm trees again, and look at these beauties. Absolutely no idea why these things are so valuable, but they really do smell nice. Now they're not quite ready yet, so I figure I'll do a couple of missions to pass the time. And as usual, everyone but me has tricked out cars. One guy even has a laser gun. The first mission goes without a hitch, but on the second I'm quite pleased because I find myself with someone who's even greener than me. I mean seriously, I could have built a safe in the time it took this guy to open this one. I'm rewarded with some top class swearing from Laser Gun Guy and 15 grand for my efforts. 15 grand. I got 180 just for painting a bike, but I destroy half the city and I get 15. So, can you start GTA Online as we go into 2023? Well, sort of, probably yes and no. Yeah, and that's a quality piece of consumer advice I know. I put around 8 hours of gameplay into this experiment and I was slaughtered 12 times by players off mission. Yeah, a few times by NPCs. Yeah, I really am that shit. If you dump some cash on shark cards and get yourself a flying bike and a minigun and buy your first business, this will be a hell of a lot easier. I think it all depends on your level of tolerance. There are a lot of people who only join just to mess with people, which is fine. And if you can deal with that and don't mind delaying your mission until it's past their bedtime, then you can just about make it work. The difficult part is doing this without spending. Because if you do, you're going to need to grind out that first 2.5 million to get yourself set up with a regular source of income before you can start levelling up. I do understand why Rockstar isn't too hard on griefers. After all, they spend a lot more on the mum's credit card than I'll spend over a year. So they're very important customers. But I do think they need to make it a little bit more balanced for everyone. Passive mode is far too limited. And sometimes, you just want to get on with a mission. And I did find that this was the only time where getting randomly taken out was really annoying. You accept it while you're on a mission, but while you're just trying to get to the start of the mission, it grinds your gears after a while. So let's hope they change things up a bit when GTA 6 finally hits the shelves. So if you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments and I might turn this into a bit of a series. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.